Thank you for joining us today. Appreciate you all being here. A lot of wonderful things are happening this past year and before with elders. And what I'm going to do is start with an update on what's been going on with elders this year, talk about some of our plans going forward, and then allow time, as I said, for questions, answers, discussions, comments, recommendations. As we begin, I want to recognize that we're celebrating 25 years of elders in MKP. I wasn't around then, but that's pretty amazing. And this is a time for us to celebrate, acknowledge the many elders who created the space that we're in here today. And also know that Jack Childs and Alan will be doing a presentation on Sunday on the history of elders in MKP. So please be sure and join that. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. And I'm looking forward to it so I can learn. So I took over as elder chair on January 1st of this year after Ron Rosler stepped down. And I'm really grateful for Ron's vision, his leadership, his creativity. He really dramatically changed the involvement of elders in MKP. And he created a process on which we've been able to build since then. And much has been done this year. There are a lot of challenges ahead for us also. The Elder Society have been very active. Elders around the country have been very active, both internally through MKP and in their communities. And I think Menby can speak to this and recognize this. So before I go further, there's always seems to be confusion about what is the structure of elders. So let me see if I can create a simple definition. Right now, there are three entities. The Elder Leadership Circle, and this is a group of very dedicated elders drawn from all areas of the country who get together weekly to work on new strategies, plans for elder participation, elder circles, MKP, and within their own communities. The team has been really invaluable in sharing their wisdom, knowledge, and years of experience. And of course, keeping me in line too, which for some of them has been a big job. Collectively, this is an amazing number, 197 years in MKP. So there's an amazing amount of elder wisdom on this leadership circle. And I've asked more elders to join the team, and we regularly invite guests to participate from all areas of MKP, and more is coming and more participation. Then the second entity, there's a monthly Elder Council call on the first Monday of each month. That's at 1:30 Pacific time, and announcements are sent out. The Elder Council is made up of the lead elders from all 23 areas in MKP. The council is the governing body for the MKP Elder Society. So they're the ones who oversee all of what we're doing. They vote on candidates for chair-elect, as well as governance policies, procedural changes, other elections. The third entity is the Elder Court. And we have a monthly Elder Court meeting the second Monday of each month. There's one coming up this Monday. The Elder Court is the group that supports all of the elder teams and circles. They run the teams, chair them, and I'll mention the teams a little bit later, and many other elder activities that take place. And I'm really so grateful for all three of these groups for their ongoing efforts, their support, because they're the ones who are keeping elder things going in MKP. In addition to that, I meet weekly with the MKP USA chair, Paul Samuelson, and the chair-elect, Brian Harold, and I think I saw Brian here. This has been new, and this is an amazing way to discuss issues of common interest, continue to strengthen the relationship between MKP elders and the MKP USA in total. It's a learning and educational piece for all of us. And I judge this has been a really, really critical step going forward as elder participation acceptance grows in MKP. And, you know, we were invited to create this discussion, and it's really made a difference that we're truly seen as part of MKP in a very big way, and the contributions of elders in MKP have been incredible. Also, along with Frank Rodriguez, Ritual Elder Coordinator, I participate in the monthly MKPI, the International Gathering of Elders. To me, this is incredibly exciting and informative to hear and share what's going on with elders around the world. I mean, we have, similar to today, we have men from Australia, New Zealand, around Europe, South Africa, Canada, Mexico, and the US, all in the same place at the same time, sharing common values and talking about differences in values. And I can say that the Elders USA are looked at with a lot of respect, as we do for the other countries. And this has been a gift. It truly, truly has. So a lot else has gone on this year. In response to COVID-19 and the awareness that we could no longer have in-person meetings, the COVID response team put together several initiatives that have had tremendous response. Stephen Vedro, Jerry Deutsch, Ruel Zach, and Bob Brummett have taken lead in 4 of these programs. Jerry is managing a new Elder Support V group. The intention of this is to provide a forum where participants can safely, and I say safely, communicate issues of interest and concern. It was designed with specific guidelines and is self-monitored by the participants. And it is free from the controversy that appears on Elder Talk List. So if you're looking for a place where you can connect with other elders in a safe way, I encourage you to join if you really haven't done so yet. And we can share some more on chat with the link to that later. Next, Stephen Vedro has helped develop elder connection calls. Several areas around the country have participated in calls to reach out to men who might be seeking connection and support during these difficult times. I think, as we all know, life has been difficult and different for all of us in many, many ways. And the fact that there is a resource, a way that proactively we can reach out and look to see if men are looking for support, for encouragement in any way. To know that that's available and been available has really been another incredible gift. The third one, Ruel Zach and his team, and I think, Ruel, there's 7 or 8 of you now leading this, are taking on responsibility for the open weekly elder calls. There are 4 connection calls each week. And this is where men can come in. These are not processing, these are not I groups, these are just sharing and caring type calls where men can express feelings, speak on personal issues, and more. And recently, the team has added a 5th call for young elders. And to me, this is pretty incredible because this is the future of the elders in MKP, to bring those younger elders, have them involved, have them participate as we look to the future and the growth of elders. We need a whole range of participants and ages. So this has been pretty special. And then Bob Brummett leads the bi-weekly elder cafes. These are topic-specific discussions on a wide variety of issues, and it's an opportunity to listen, learn, and share wisdom with others. And Bob and his team have already lined up several planned events through the end of the year and beyond. There's now so many people interested in presenting. A lot of them are done by MKP men with special skills and experience, and a lot are being done by others, women from women within and elsewhere, and outside participants to help share their knowledge and interest. And the thing that excites me is hundreds of people have been on these calls. I know they're tracking the numbers. I don't have the details, but it's pretty impressive. So what else has taken place this year? The elder governance. Protocols, policies, and procedures were updated and reviewed by the governance team. They were approved by the Elder Council and put into effect earlier this year. They cover election protocols, they cover vetting, definitions and experience for the elder circles, how people can be asked to leave or brought in, and many, many other topics. And this was done with the exceptional efforts of Dave McLean and Dan Baldwin, who spent many, many months overseeing this team. And if we need to bring them back for future meetings, if new issues come up, they're available on call. Next, elders have been invited to join and participate in other MKP circles. And I want to talk a little bit more about that one later, because that one has a lot of potential for all of us. And I hope many of you are part of it. Also, a lot of you were at the World Elder Gathering, WEG. There was a very strong representation from USA elders. And out of that, a group of elders met and created a draft of the new elder principles. And Jerry, I don't know if you have that link to put in to chat. If so, I'd appreciate it. Because these are really the guiding concepts that we're looking at that clarify the MKP elder purpose. And the other big thing that came out of that was the concept of we space. Now, that's not a new concept, but it was brought into MKP during WEG. And we are operating and living in the world of we space. And I'll mention that again a little bit later. Somebody is not on mute. I'd appreciate if you could all check and see that you are. I'm hearing a little background noise. Thank you. Let's see, next, the 35th anniversary celebration, which was pretty incredible. Again, several USA MKP elders participated in that and contributed to that. And for those of you who were there, you know how special that was. And again, it reinforces how special this is the 25th year for USA elders and the work that's going to be done. Thanks, Jerry. So these, I think you'll also get the link. It really defines, thanks, if you can scroll down, all of the values that we see as important in terms of defining elders. All right, Terry, thanks. We'll talk a little more about this later, but Ruel, Zach, and Norman Pearl on the communications team are totally rebuilding our websites. They're not cleaning up the existing ones. They're totally rebuilding. I've seen the drafts, very impressive, nice graphics. And if I don't say it will later, he's looking for contributions. If you have articles, if you have ideas, I'm glad you're shaking your head, thank you. If you have things you want elders to know about, we're going to promote this actively once it's up and running. And it's a place where men can see and feel and exchange ideas. And there are two websites, right? There's the internal one that goes through MKP Connect. And then there's what we used to call elders.mkp.org, and its new name is, I totally forgot, help me.
Elder Pathways.
Thank you. And by the way, as an aside, since I mentioned MKP Connect, I just heard this week, that too is being totally revamped. Simplified, you'll have personalized access to things that you look at frequently, etc. And because of the way they're revising it, it will be much, much faster to process. Am I not the only one who gets frustrated with how slow it is to process, right? So this is going to change dramatically in a good way. And to me, that was incredibly exciting news. It was kind of an aside, but a good one. What else is going on this year? Currently, we have 11 active elder teams, and Ron started this concept of elder teams. I'll quickly read them, and later, if you have questions, we can get into it further. Area lead elder support. And Ruel is kind of headlined this in terms of making sure area lead elders were heavily involved in what's going on, because this is how things happen in the elder communities. It's not through where we sit here today. The COVID response team is another one. Communications. elders who are alone. And they've been working quietly behind the scenes, putting some things together. I know they're anxiously waiting to be on the new website. Future role for elders in MKP is another one. And this we'll talk a little more about. Events such as this, and Jerry being our events chair, and again, what an amazing job he's done. Elders in other circles we'll come back to. Honoring elders past and present, I'll refer to that in more detail. Racial Justice Action Team and Elders for Climate Justice. And of course, needless to say, we're really proud to be sponsors of this all gender shared event today. So we've accomplished a lot in the past year. However, there is so much more to be done and new opportunities. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, we are living in we space. And there really is a lot more we can do with all of us working together. So here's my plea, we need your involvement. In Florida, Ron put together a pad of paper where you could sign up to be on teams or be involved. We don't have that ability right now. But I've asked Jerry to put my email in chat. And if you are open, willing, or would like to participate more in MKP as an elder, please send me an email and I will get back to you. I will get back to you after the weekend because it can only be done. The we space is about all of us being involved. It's not about a few. And we've had many elders participating, but we need more. There's a lot to be done, and some of these new things I'm going to mention, there will be even more that we need assistance with. So thanks, Jerry. Here's a big one. As I speak, we are working actively on elder succession planning. I intend to step down at the end of this year. The position of chair-elect is open right now. There is no chair-elect. It is critical that we fill this role right away. It is neither safe nor wise to have no backup plan in place. I mean, that's an obvious. Our leadership structure is set up in the same way as MKP USA with a 3-tier setup: chair, past chair, and chair-elect. And you all put this in place before I was around. Right now, I'm the only one of the 3 actively involved. There is nobody else in a chair role right now. So my question is, who are the next 2 men who will lead MKP into the elders into the future? To borrow a phrase from context, which you've all heard, are you that man? If you're at all open to considering it, again, please zip me an email offline and let's talk. This is not a commitment, but an opportunity to talk. So I want to talk about a few more things that are going on, then talk about some of our plans for the future. We had many discussions about the roles of elders going forward, and some of you were part of these discussions. Our goal is to have elders represented in as many circles and many societies. Somebody with the label Marilyn Dugan, could you please go on mute? We're picking up background noise there. Thank you. The importance of elders being in all of the circles. MKP is asking us, the mission circle said, we want an elder, not to sit there and bless, but to participate in the circle. John Levitt and others have said, and Dan Baldwin have said, we want elders in all of the circles. And we need men to represent the interests of elders around MKP. So this is, I'm pretty passionate about this one. You might have picked up on that. And also, as a number of men in this call can attest, we want elders participating in a lot of the new trainings that are taking place. And I'll mention some of that before we finish. Speaking of trainings, Frank Rodriguez and the training team have put together ET 1, 2, and 3. Elder Training 1, what is an elder? Elder Training 2, elders on an NWTA weekend. And ET3, ritual elders on an NWTA weekend. They have completed them. They have been submitted to curriculum for review and hopefully approval. The training team is in the process of preparing scripts and videos for future presentations, and I know their goal is to have them done in operating this year. That's really, we're very, very hopeful. This has been over a year's worth of work, some amazing men who committed their time and energy. And this is a big one. Oh, Frank, I see you on screen, so thank you for you and the team and all you've done, really. We continue to support MKP's partnership with Gender Equity Reconciliation International, GERI, and we'll be working with them to promote virtual trainings. I have taken this training. It's very awakening for men and women. I encourage you to participate when they're made available. They have worked globally for almost 30 years. They've been working through the UN. They recently were in Italy and had an audience with the Pope. These guys are serious and committed and are changing the lives of all genders. They will be speaking Sunday afternoon. Please join their presentation. It's pretty neat. So some new elder teams have been started also. The MKP Elder website, I mentioned that Ruel is chair and the upgrading of both of those. It's communications has been around, but this is a new effort within communications. I see Tom Riley here, the Racial Justice Action Team. I'm going to set it backwards. Headed by Tom, has started their work. They defined their goals, purpose, and action plan in support of MKP's Intercultural Competence Initiative. And afterwards, Tom, if you wish, you'll have an opportunity to say a couple of words. They are presenting on Saturday. Please don't miss that. Another very, very important initiative. A brand new team. Kirby Benson is heading a new team to honor and recognize past and present elders who've made so many contributions to MKP. For the past 25 years, many wonderful elders have provided the shoulders on which we all stand, and some of you were there at the time. Their contributions must not be forgotten, must not. Alan Podbelsic helped to put this together, a team of men with wisdom, knowledge, and experience to make this happen. I just felt, and others shared with me, that this is the time that we have to stand up and say, we're here because of what's taken place for the past 25 years. And their early stages starting to define and identify how that will happen, where that will happen, whether it'll be national, will be area. I mean, there are a lot of what ifs right now. But Kirby and Alan, I know will be open to the team to your ideas and suggestions. So I invite your contributions. Frank Rodriguez has added many new innovations to the Ritual Elder role and activities. The Ritual Elder Council has already implemented several new protocols with more to come. I have attended a number of their meetings, their monthly meetings, and when you have 30 ritual elders show up at the same time in a room, you guys are amongst them is serious. And it's going to have an impact with or without live NWTAs, by the way, because now Frank and I have talked, this team's working on new things. He too will speak further in the weekend, and I invite you to please listen to what's going on there. And there are others in the planning stages, but I don't want to overwhelm us by taking on too many new things at once. That would be a disservice to all of us. So as I said, we need many more elders. I'll keep leading, I guess. And there are many wise and experienced elders amongst you and amongst others. And the more we can get your participation, the more we can do. I'd like to mention two critical issues that are a big part of our work for the next year and part of my personal agenda. One, you actually heard Charles talk about, I'm glad he stole my thunder, ageism. Ageism is alive and well throughout MKP, throughout the world. We all contribute to it in many ways by things we say, things we do, things we accept. And we're all victims of it in many ways, I judge. We need to understand it, we need to self-educate, and we need to teach others. And I think collectively, we can change perceptions and beliefs. But there are a lot of things that's going to take time and patience. And those of you who know me know I'm not a very patient man, so I'm going to be held down with bonds on this one. The other thing that some of you are aware of, I'm very passionate about, and I mean, I'm going to get some pushback from some areas of MKP. New certified elder trainings. I believe that it's incredibly valuable to develop several new modules for elders to be trained and certified, such things as mediation, conflict resolution, shadow watching, effective networking, mentoring, suicide awareness, nonviolent communication, anti-racism. I'm sure there are many more. There are many men and women who have the expertise in these areas, and we want to take advantage of their knowledge and experience. This too is new. I judge it to be extremely important. And the goal here is really not to be any of us to be experts in all of them, but to have men who are trained in the areas. So when the needs arise, the elder can stand up and say, I've gone through this training, I can help. Or I can train other people to go through the training. It has many facets to it. And again, this is going to take time and patience, and we're just beginning this. And I have to acknowledge MKP has some of these initiatives already in place. We're going to join with them, not compete with them on them. So this is going to be an effort beyond just elders. So the other thing I want to acknowledge, we hope that today's event will be the future, the first of many future all-gender events. I personally believe that all access and full participation is needed to be it has to be an integral part of our work going forward. Just to be clear, I am not saying that this will replace NWTAs or other men-specific activities. There is space for both in my mind. This is a both-and declaration, and it's more about shared values, inclusiveness in the future. Just so important. So we've done a lot. We have very ambitious plans for the future. We can do this together, but we can't do it alone. We really can't. I'm very grateful for the help and support I've received from so many of you. Not too many people knew me when I stepped into the role, yet without hesitation, you've participated, offered assistance, and you've been present to make sure elders are well represented. And that means so much to me. No way I can thank all of you for what you've done and for those of you who will be part of it going forward. So none of us do this work alone. For me, I have to recognize my partner, Susan Korn. She's given me the time, the support, and the love that has allowed me to be in this role. And it can get trying at times. Without her, I would not be sitting here today. So, Suze, much love and gratitude. And finally, as you know, this event was offered free to all the registered. Jerry spoke to it earlier. MKP relies on donations from many generous people to stay solvent and grow. Our future is at stake. We have to acknowledge that. It really is. And I encourage you to be as generous as possible and encourage others to support us with that generosity. A huge amount of money has already been donated to both organizations up to today. And right now, 619 people have already registered. Huge. So whatever you can do and whatever others can do that we know is so appreciated.